All right, your first card coming into the month is your current position, and you have the Queen of Presents or Queen of Pentacles. Now, the Queen of Pentacles is a very generous energy. It's very maternal, paternal energy, so very nurturing. You could have kids. You could be dealing with kids. Maybe, you were dealing with somebody who had kids, but the Queen of Pentacles talks about a wise person, somebody who has learned lessons, somebody who's paying attention to those lessons now and applying those into, their real life as far as what's going on, because this is talking about improving your life, veering away from people who have selfish tendencies, or even veering away from, worrying about things you can't control, embracing a more accepting and revitalizing attitude. And I think that goes swimming with the Star card, because the Queen of Pentacles talks about just a generosity that you've been kind of clenched, right? And not in a yuck way. I know somebody's going to laugh at that or take that in a different way than what I'm talking about to a certain extent. But literally, this is it's releasing that negativity, releasing whatever has been bothering you, whatever this person said or did, or whatever your relationship status is right now. If you're like, I've been single for freaking ever, and I don't want any of my exes, or I don't even have the will to go out and meet somebody. It's starting to untighten. It's starting to unwind to where you're feeling a little more in the spirit of having the faith and the hope of keeping love alive. The next card you have is how you're feeling coming into the month. And you have the Knight of Pentacles. So makes perfect sense. The Knight of Pentacles is somebody who's very cautious, who works very hard. So you may be, kind of digging your head in the sand and using work as an excuse to ignore, maybe wants or needs that are starting to build up again. This is talking about, how is energy affecting your life? Are you being too uptight lately? So I think it's ironic you're getting both of these cards, which talk about kind of loosening your grip a little bit, going with a calmer pace. It's taking a stand and feeling confident in that. If you want to meet somebody, if you want to, find somebody to fall back in love with, or if you miss an ex and you want to reach out and say, hey, I miss you, whatever it is to you, the Knight of Pentacles is saying, as well as the Queen, loosen up a little bit here, Scorpio. Like, have some faith that good things are happening or good things are coming as well. The next card you have is your distant past, over the past 5-10 years. Could be throughout your childhood. And you have the Two of Swords, the Two of Needles. So the Two of Swords is a decision, and it regrets. For some reason, they're telling me regrets that a lot of you are, doing or have been. I feel like you're kind of clearing out of that, but a lot of you have been doing the woulda, shoulda, coulda, or, had I made a different decision, or this talks about life passing you by if you don't, let your guard down, don't open your eyes and take some risks here. So this may be a long time coming. Some of you have been out of the dating game. Some of you have exes who have contacted you and you want nothing to do with them. You don't even respond. Maybe it's time to, email back. Maybe it's time to text back. Maybe it's time to try some online dating or something, but the universe is saying in your past, especially recently, a lot lately, you have been, holding yourself back and you've been toying with different things you want to do. And now's the time to make a decision. The universe is saying now's the time to decide. Otherwise, it's a stalemate. Are you going to just, give up on love forever? And some of you may come back and say, yes, Dark Dove, I absolutely hate love and I will never think about love again. Then this is totally not your reading, and get on with your bad self and go do your thing. But for majority of you, it's more of a, I have to shave my legs, or, whatever, or a guy saying, I might have to clean this beard up, or you get my point. So it's not a fact of not wanting it. It's a fact of not having the inspiration, but it's gaining momentum. Having the Star card popping out tells me there's a fire lighting inside of you, wanting to gain some sort of forward momentum where relationship, love, etc. is concerned. See, don't tell me Don't tell me. Don't get down in the comments and be all, I hate this person. I don't want anything to do with these people, blah, 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 blah. Because I don't sugarcoat things. And you have the Two of Cups coming out here in your immediate past. And the Two of Cups is a karmic connection, soulmate, twin flame, however you want to say it. This talks about a love that is beyond love. It's a connection that is extremely, extremely powerful. So either you're missing this connection has come back and has sparked you to kind of go, or you're just looking for new love, and you know that you've had it before. You know you've had that connection, and you'd like to find that connection, even though it was hard and sad and hurtful when connections didn't last, especially one in particular, and you know who that is. But the Two of Cups talks about you want somebody who loves you, who you can love back. In a very powerful way. And I'm not saying people go out and go, oh, I hope that I only get a half-assed love. Like, I'm not saying that at all, but this is something truly deep. And this feels like somebody from your past who's coming back, or at least who has come back and piqued your interest in love in general. Not that you're beaming for them, but that, you know, you're sitting here going, well, you know, I'd like to get back in the saddle again. The next card you have is your distant future. Well, okay. Here we go. Somebody from the past returning. Somebody from the past truly loves you. Somebody, soulmate, karmic connection, because your distant future shows the Six of Potions or Six of Cups, which is a very strong reconciliation card. The Six of Cups talks about nostalgia. It's looking back. It's reminiscing. So somebody's contacted you here and you've been like, I don't think so. You've blocked them. They've blocked you, whatever the case may be, but something inspired them to reach out to you. Cross watchers, this can be reversed. So it could be that Scorpio reached out to you, but having the Two of Cups and the Six of Cups come into play here talks about a reconciliation, or talks about at least a triumphant return for which somebody, you know, is vying for your attention, somebody who wants your attention and vice versa. Because having those two together talks about a connection that was not just a little dating, it was the real deal, but maybe not the right timing, or, you know, the real deal, but sometimes, you know, soulmates and sometimes twin flames are put here on this earth for us to learn lessons from, not that we're necessarily going to recapture the moment. But like I said, there's a triumphant return coming in your future with that Six of Cups. So I think this person is going to slow and steadily push, at least to get some attention or communication from you. Okay. The next card you have throughout the month of December is the Eight of Needles or Eight of Swords. This is self-imprisonment. This is somebody who, this is you keeping yourself imprisoned in whatever was going on before. As I said, you guys going through hell and back. I think there's a lot tied in for you guys, Scorpio. Not that there isn't for every sign this year, but there's other things tied in. Something, you know, maybe the online schooling with kids, moving, something. There have been big changes in a lot of your lives. Again, same thing with a lot of signs, but there's something here that's weighing very heavily that just kind of, it's like a grumpy goose, and like it just, one thing after the other, after the other, after the other. And you're finally now in like a resting place or happy place. And you're going to be able to like start exploring it and feeling better and feeling at peace, which hence ties you up in knots, because this person comes back. They know just when they come back. It's almost like the dust is settled and I've got all my shit in a row. And now this person comes back. They're like, hey, Scorpio, I want to come in and screw it all up. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not saying that they're going to screw it all up, but you know, by having this Eight of Swords, that makes you concerned that they will come back in. There will be drama, that it will be like, oh my God, how come you can sniff out every time my life is starting to go the right direction and I'm feeling the Star card and I'm going to eat this piece of pie? How do you know that every time I'm in that position, you come rolling through? The next card you have, though, is the Sun card. The Sun card is anything tangible throughout the month. Interestingly enough, now the Sun card oftentimes can represent Leo, but the Sun card talks about solutions. So you may be surprised here, Scorpio. This may be that triumphant return that I've repeated like 3 times because they keep saying it in my ear. So literally the Sun card is solutions to issues. It's clarity. It's seeing the dust is settled and the fog is lifted. So you might be surprised. This person may come in and want to sweep you off your feet. Now, I'm not being all romantical and saying that they're going to show up with everything's going to resolve itself and the elephant won't be in the room anymore and there won't be any arguments to be had or whatever. You get my point. But this is like almost for the first time you're seeing some sort of solution that, hey, maybe we could do this. The next card you have is how you're feeling. And you have the 5 of Swords. Now, this makes sense because you're coming off of these times of feeling defensive and feeling like you need to be cautious. The 5 of Needles or 5 of Swords is how you're feeling. It's not what's going to happen, but the feeling you have is a defeat, a dishonor, a fear of victory, that something's not going to, that they're coming in telling you everything you want to hear and that they're full of crap and that you're going to be fooled or that you're going to look like, a fool because you fell for it again, but again, this is how you're feeling. This is what you're going to possibly see for real going on. The solutions versus the paranoia of it's going to be terrible, awful. The next card you have is your hopes and fears for the outcome of the month. And you have the Hierophant. So yeah, the Hierophant talks about relying on the universe and your gut and knowing that, when it's time to make a move, you'll make a move. When it's time to, talk to this person or move towards them or move away from them, you'll know, because this talks about, self-improvement, self-empowerment. This is, don't hold yourself back from closed-minded thinking. So even if you are scared to death, even if they have hurt you, even if you have been through the rigmarole with everything, not just in love, but everything, because some of you, for some reason, Scorpio, there's something weighing very heavily for some of you, more than some of the other signs I've read this month. It has that churning, like it makes me want to tear up a little bit, that like pit of my stomach. In some of you have had some really hard times this past couple of months. And it could be one person out there who resonates or understands what I'm talking about, but it's just this deep pit in my stomach of, I couldn't take another failure. I couldn't take, and not a failure that you've done or anything like that, but like something not working in your life, some job or home life or whatever's been going on. It's like, I cannot deal with, I can't take this on too and have this go sour. So I'm right there with you, Scorpio. I'm feeling it with you and I get it. But there is something to be said for this connection here. The next card you have is your outcome card, and you have the Moon card. So you're going to be pretty indecisive, not sure what you want to do. This is Pisces card, so you could be dealing with Pisces or have Pisces placements in your chart. But the Moon card talks about confusion. It talks about not being able to see things clearly. So I don't think you're going to jump back into anything immediately. I do think an offer will be made, or I do feel as though this person is going to come towards you pretty hot and heavy, but you're going to be standoffish until you see something from the universe that presents itself and saying, okay, you're good here. Because as I said, the Moon card is, being in the woods, and 30 feet in front of you, all you have is moonlight, and 30 feet in front of you, you have this, look at that. 30 feet in front of you, there's a giant object and you can barely see it because you're in the woods and there's only moonlight and you don't have your glasses. So ha ha ha. I'm just kidding. So you don't know if that's a bear that can eat your feet or if that's a boulder you can walk around. And that's what you're trying to figure out with this person. You're trying to figure out, oh, I'm using the wrong deck for the next set. That's what you're trying to figure out is, what is this person about? Now, Scorpio, you have the the 2 of Cups coming out right now. And you have the 2 of Cups or 2 of Potions right here. Okay. So you literally have the 2 of Cups twice. That does not happen very often. And that is a big connection. That is a big time karmic connection, twin flame connection coming out saying, Scorpio, it may just be time to believe in something bigger than yourself, that the universe is pointing in your direction, that this person has changed, or this may be the timing. Maybe 2 years ago wasn't the timing. Maybe 3 years ago, maybe 6 months ago wasn't the timing. But there's something very strong to be said that the Two of Cups comes out here twice, which represents a soulmate or twin flame connection. Now, you have the Page of Pentacles coming out here too, which is woke, okay? Even though the baby's not awake in this picture, like literally, this card talks about being awake and stop making excuses. Go for it. What are you waiting on it? Are you going to hibernate for another 6 months? Are you going to wait, and ignore this connection even longer? Now, I'm not saying run out and, be like, okay, I love you. Let's get married and have babies and all of this. But I am talking about what you seek or what the answers that you need to know whether this is true or not are right in front of you. So again, as the Page of Pentacles says, no more excuses. This is the time to move forward. If an opportunity presents itself and it's worth taking the risk on, now is the time to do that. Now, your clarifying cards here, though, are telling you the Eight of Cups is slow moving. It's stagnation, okay? This is saying, as I talked about before, I only have time for one cup in my life, and it better be the right cup. Now, obviously, we never know for sure if somebody's the right cup, but this is talking about if you're the right cup, then you'll move slowly with me. Now, sometimes this person wants to speed it up because the Eight of Cups can be, this is slow, this is stagnation. I'm not happy with the momentum here. But if this person truly loves you and truly wants to be in, to rebuild something with you and be in a solid foundation relationship with you again, then they're going to need to understand that you need time and you need to see some stability and you need to feel some security in what they're bringing to the table. Now, you close out here with the Two of Swords, which you had here, which I talked about as well, is making choices, making decisions. It's a stalemate. It's not going anywhere. It's right in front of you. If you choose to move forward with this person, then be all in it and trust it. The universe will give you signs. If you choose to cut this completely off and not have anything to do with this person, then cut them completely off and go for the new, go for something else. But the Star card is screaming at you to have some sort of faith or some sort of inspiration in this. And the Two of Swords is saying, make a decision. You don't have to make the decision now. Like I said with the Knight of Pentacles, proceed with caution, of course. And the Eight of Cups is saying you're worth the wait and they'll wait it out. But having the Two of Cups come out here is pretty significant that this person is somebody that, it is a soulmate or twin flame connection that may be worth taking another chance on. Now, your Oracle card coming out of Sapphire, Insight. This is what I was talking about. I think you're going to know right away that I know you're going to know. You may question in your head. You may bounce off emotions versus practicality in your mind. But you're going to know pretty quickly if this person is showing up genuinely or not. The universe is also going to show you a lot of signs. So pay attention to those and pay attention to your gut. How does your gut feel when you're around this person? Is it knots? Is it butterflies? Is it both? You get my drift. So find your insight in the situation and then figure out what you want and where you want to go with this connection, because this is a deep connection. This is a Two of Cups twice times 2 connection.